Imagine a short code that plugs into any website or platform that instantly structures all your data, tables, images, and text at the point of capture. And here's the kicker. Not only is it simple to get started, it's cost efficient to keep going. On today's episode of the AIP podcast, we're going to learn about Discrepancy AI's mission to get rid of a problem that over 82% of all organizations globally still face: document wrangling. Hey everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of the AIP podcast. And on behalf of the AI Partnerships Core, it's Cheng, your host from Supercharge Lab, and boy do we have a fun episode for you. Today, we're tuning in to learn more about Lisen Kaci. He is the founder and CEO of Discrepancy AI, an up-and-coming AI startup out of Toronto that was part of Techstars Washington, D.C. 2024 and is just about to blow document wrangling out of the water. No more pulling your hair out to try to figure out contextual information with millions of images and badly scanned documents. Discrepancy AI's mission is to index and analyze complex, unstructured documents while detecting anomalies, fraud, and security issues. Let's jump right in. Lisen, super good to have you here with us today. Tell us about your story. How did you get started?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Anne. This is really great. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I'm super excited to be here. Well, my start is I'm an AI engineer by trade, and I was a lead engineer at a company, and I had to work with medical documents to review them, and that's really where I saw the issues with the current state of the art called OCR, and also how complex it was to work with user documents and to kind of build processing pipelines to work with those. So that's where I decided there needed to be a better solution, and after working with that, I built Discrepancy AI, which converts any document directly into the structured data, or technically JSON, we call it, that your company needs. And above that, after working with so many customers, we realized that, hey, they don't have all of the software engineers in place to be able to handle the front end of capturing these documents, the database, the servers, the AI integration. So that's why we created this vertical slice to really handle document processing and capturing for our customers. And we always say we want to become the Stripe for document processing. So kind of what they did for credit card processing by allowing businesses to really easily capture these credit cards, we want to do the same thing for documents. Have a no-code, low-code solution that allows businesses to capture documents and process them, all without needing complex coding or engineering in place.
That's amazing. Traditional approaches to contract management AI and document handling AI have typically been with the use of OCR, you're right, or even optical character recognition. Now, Discrepancy AI is completely different in that it does not use OCR at all. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so we use a series, we call it AI tool chaining. So we use a series of multi-channel LLM, omni-channel LLMs to really analyze the documents like a human would. So OCR, if you don't know, just extracts the text from these documents and gives you like an XY coordinate in the table for where that text is. Then as a developer, which is what I used to do, you have to process this text and extract insights and do all these things from them. And it's very difficult to know what that text represents. So that's why at Discrepancy AI, I knew that the solution, since everybody wants to end up with JSON, why not have the AI look at the document and create the JSON without any middle steps? So that's why I decided to go with this direction of having these cutting edge AI models instead of relying on OCR, which was created in the 70s, believe it or not.
Well, that's impressive. I did not know that. But during our pre-call conference, as well as just now, you mentioned something that's really revolutionary, and I don't know if our audience picked it up. Discrepancy AI does the structuring of data at the point of capture. But with different customer needs and data schemas, how do you create a SaaS solution without significant customization required?
Yeah, so the answer is that there is significant customization, and we've built a system that allows users to customize their system using just natural language by defining what they want extracted on our platform. And then they can just paste a link on their website or app to allow their users to upload these images, upload their documents, and get the insights right at the front end, right as the user uploads these documents. So that way, structuring at the point of capture, we can provide feedback as well as make sure that the correct documents are uploaded. And our system allows the customizability without having to code, and you're really defining the extraction criteria like you would a person that is working to extract and capture these documents from you.
That's so critical. During our pre-show call, you also mentioned that you started out in the legal document space, which is so fragmented, but then you pivoted. How did you figure out the need to make that pivot?
Yeah, so I spoke to hundreds of lawyers and legal professionals and legal ops, and I learned something pretty critical, a little controversial, but I'll say it that if certain legal firms that are charging via billable hours, AI is a threat to them, and they do not like a product or a system that will decrease their billable hours. So there's still certain legal professions where AI will be incredibly helpful and beneficial. So in-house, for example, in-house counsel, they don't have billable hours. So if you can increase the amount of work that they do, that would be great. So it's not that it's not great for all lawyers, but you have to be specific in targeting them. At Discrepancy, I realized that there was a lot lower hanging fruit where we could solve a much more pressing challenge that current OCR technology wasn't. And that's really with financial documents, charts, tables, forms, handwritten documents. These are the types of files that current technologies fail at, and where we can provide the most impact for our customers.
Yeah, that's critical, and it's a really controversial view about the legal ecosystem. But onto this whole proliferation of AI startups. There are a lot of them in the same space, and they're all trying to tackle the same challenge of finding a way to structure unstructured data. So, what sets you apart?
Yeah, it's an incredibly crowded field, but it is not a solved problem. That's what's really interesting about this. 90% of data is still unstructured. And what makes us different from every other company trying to structure documents is that we are targeting non-technical folks, service companies, product leaders. Our solution is not targeted at developers or technical people. Every other solution out there it requires a developer to set up, to handle and to process, whereas our solution is fully no code to low code. It's tailored at service professionals that don't have a dev team, or product leaders that want to really easily build customer facing products that capture documents from their users. So that's really who we are tailored to. Medium to large enterprises that aren't tech companies per se, but they want to process these documents from their users without needing to put together a 6 to 8 person tech team, dev team, to be able to build these entire document processing workflows.
That's so critical, really, to sort of even dumb it down. But onto the horizon for you and Discrepancy AI. Really, now that you're done with Techstars, what's on the horizon for you, and what are you really heads down working on?
Yeah, so right now we're really heads down at gaining as many customers and solving as many problems for people as we can. So our main focus is getting out there, helping as many service industries, and being really the go-to place for any business that wants to capture documents from their users. I always say we are like the Stripe for document processing. So we want to be in as many document workflows as we can, and help as many companies as we can understand the documents that are coming into their system.
That's great. Lisen, listen, it's been a blast, and I'm sure you had a lot of fun as much as I did. So, to all our listeners and all our subscribers on Spotify, YouTube, and LinkedIn, your support has been incredibly valuable to us. So, please don't forget to like, share, and follow us. It will help us as much as you'll never know, really. Once again, my name is Anne. I am your host on behalf of the AI Partnerships Core, and I've been speaking to Lisen Kaci of Discrepancy AI. Thank you for sharing your time with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast. And yeah, I loved speaking with you and telling you and your viewers a little bit about Discrepancy AI.